Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X, the only show on Thursdays that starts the weekend early. I am your host, Tom Dog 247, and as always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Woo, baby, alright. So, we have a lot to talk about for this week's episode. Um, as you saw in the description, we got a lot to talk about with Bethesda and Fallout 76. A lot more details going on there, and it's getting crazy. It's getting really, really crazy. Um, Plus some other things I forgot to mention in the description. We're going to touch base on that a little bit in this episode, and a bunch of other fun things that we always do each and every week here on the channel that you love to call home, Channel X, here on the Brill Pro channel on the YouTube network, and all that good shit. So, do the shout outs and everything. We always do that because it's always so fun. Big shout out. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay. Get to see my man boobs. Big shout out to my good friend Josh, who does the Absolute Talk with Josh Albert on the Podbean app, or you can check him out on iTunes, or you can check it out on absolutetalk.podbean.com. Podbean.com. Sorry. And it's a wonderful podcast, and you'll have a great time listening to it just as much as I have fun listening to it. And always got to be well informed with everything that's going on in his adventures of him just joshing around. So that's Absolute Talk with Josh Albert on the iTunes Podbean app or absolutetalk.podbean.com. Big shout outs over to my friends over at Gaming Pros and Otherwise and Gamer Geeks. How you guys doing on Facebook? Big shout out to everybody who's watching. And check them out. We always have a good time with that. Tell them Tom Dog sent you. Big shout out to my good friend Jen. Why? Because it's just Jen. How's it going? What's going on? Hope you're having a wonderful. Hope you're going to have a wonderful weekend this week, and keep warm. It's a little chilly outside here and on the East Coast, so pretty bad. So, and of course, big shout outs to my friends David and Marissa. What's that? How you guys doing? Plugs. Let's do the plugs. Not the hair plugs. We all know I don't need them. Loot Crate. If you have not yet subscribed to Loot Crate, you're missing out on some awesome stuff. And they got a good one coming up for the month of December, so don't want to miss out on that. It's Scavenger, and it looks pretty interesting. Got some really cool stuff in there, so you don't want to miss out on that. Subscriptions are now available. Don't delay. Act today. And I still have yet to get my the one for November, so hopefully I'll get some sort of information. As a matter of fact, I know I'm delaying the inevitable here. Alright, I didn't get nothing. Okay. Nothing. No info yet, so it will eventually come in as soon as possible. And as soon as I get the box, we will do the unboxing. And other unboxings, of course, from Funko. If you have not yet subscribed to any of the Funko products, do so. They're amazing. You got Disney, Disney Treasures, Smuggler's Bounty, the Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty, Marvel Collector Corps, and of course DC Legion of Collectors. Don't want to miss out on that. Ugh, that was disgusting. Um, so don't delay. Do so today. And this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Trade in your old video games and consoles. From retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can also trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays, as well as sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. If you happen to be in the Connecticut area and you want to know where the location to this wonderful store is, you want to check it out on their website at mjvideogamesandcollectibles.com. They also have They also have some lists of events that you want to check out. Again, that website is mjvideogamesandcollectibles.com. Now I can breathe. And of course, this episode is brought to you by the She Bean Brewing Company, home of the Alpaca Blanca here in Connecticut. Definitely worth checking out on their website, and that's shebeanbrewing.com. List of wonderful, wonderful IPAs for your disposal there or consumption. They're really, really great. Their beer is amazing. So support your local brewery, and also check out the other areas that does IPA, and you can check them out at shebeanbrewing.com, or you can follow them on the social media apps, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can download the Untapped app. Download it today. And another quick plugs and everything. Culturefly.com, subscription boxes for the geek in your family, and just around the time for the holidays, I'm going to be jumping into that, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about some holiday stuff, but check them out at their website, culturefly.com. And then, if you don't want to buy any boxes to be sent to your home, why don't you give the gift that keeps on giving by ordering your tickets online for East Coast Comic Con in the Meadowlands, New Jersey. The date is on May 17th through the 19th in 2019, so just in time for the holidays, and you don't want to miss out on that. For ticket information, you can check them out on their website at eastcoastconusa.com. Don't want to miss out on that. And from what I understand, too, Connecticon, which is Connecticut's comic book convention, kind of similar to the Terrificon that I went through during the summer of this year, they're going to be extending their times. Instead of 3, I think there's going to be like 4 or 5. I forgot which, but there's going to be it's going to be a pretty huge event, so you don't want to miss out on that. And so as soon as I get more information on that, I will relay the information to everybody as best as I can. Hopefully in time for next week's episode. All you have to do is subscribe. So yeah. So, before we get things started on tonight's episode, we gotta pay a little respect to a celebrity who passed away. He in a way he is a celebrity, but he is a creator. He was the creator of Spongebob, so technically, yeah, he's a celebrity. Steven Hillenberg passed away at age 57 a couple days ago, and it was very, very, very sad. That at a very young age, and I believe he passed away from he was diagnosed with ALS. Um, very, very serious disease, and he was such an amazing creator. He gave us SpongeBob for almost 20 years. Next year will be the 20th anniversary of SpongeBob, and we owe it all to Steven Hillenberg, to Mr. Hillenberg, um, and for that it is a pleasure to induct him into the Channel X Hall of Fame, and I'm really looking forward. You know, thank you. Such a great, amazing, and how he got the inspiration for SpongeBob was also the story behind that was very, very interesting, because he took up marine biology when he was younger, and he was very passionate about that. And so, looking at his time during his time through um, marine biology, his time studying marine life, he was like, you know what? Let's go ahead. I'm inspired to make a cartoon character completely underneath the sea. And you know, back in the day, there was the Snorks and Fish Police or whatever, um, and of course the Little Mermaid, but nothing like SpongeBob. Um, Such an amazing show, and I'm a huge fan of SpongeBob. I watched that for 20 years now, and I absolutely love the show. And but again, we owe it all to Mr. Hillenberg. So we're gonna pay our respects, doing a moment of silence and inducting him into the Channel X Hall of Fame. All right. So, so the holidays are here. Of course, last week was, of course, Thanksgiving, and it was pretty pretty good. I managed to do some cooking. It's been for the first time and everything, so I actually enjoyed it. And luckily, I didn't set the house on fire because that was actually my main concern. So, um, wait, I just remembered. I think I already sent this off of Mom Chili. See, it's been so long. See, it's been so long. It's been a while. But anyways, the holidays are here, and Christmas is a mere 26 days away from the big one, Christmas. And it's it it does get very busy out there, so regardless of anything, just please be safe out there. you, don't want to trample everybody, don't want to yeah, there's sales out there, but don't be a prick, don't be a jerk, be considerate, and don't be that individual who likes to be greedy and everything. Be overall, just be safe out there. Don't want to be that one. Okay. So with that being said, there, it's kind of like a PSA, for a lot of shows to do this, but we got to make this aware, and it's pretty, it's pretty sad. We don't want to we don't want to put um we don't want to, you know having to keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. I touched this issue, what I'm about to say, last year, so but it's getting to a point where it has been getting ridiculous, and that is with delivery trucks leaving packages out in the front, someone's houses, and to be quite honest with you, I don't like how delivery services handle these packages. I'm not talking about, just like throwing the boxes around and everything like that, even when it says fragile on the side of the box. I'm talking about just like leaving them on the doorstep and not showing any form of communication, because there are some pickpocketers out there, and they can get a little bit greedy. Not so much with mail. I mean, even though Christmas cards will be coming, are going to be handing them out soon and everything, but don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that's go inside someone's mailbox and starts taking somebody's mail, because yeah, it's illegal, but also it's not worth it. And you don't want to be a victim of somebody throwing in, stealing your packages when when you're not around. I've talked about this several times on my shows here and everything, and to be quite honest with you, it's getting to a point where it's ridiculous. I'm just like tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing delivery services just leaving them on the mail, leaving them in front of the door, leaving packages on the doorstep, and not showing any form of communication, just not knocking on the door if somebody, if there's a car in the driveway, and everything. They're just leaving it on the doorstep and just up and leaving. And if nobody's, and so I have some ideas that can benefit everybody, and I think it should be done as that. Number one, if nobody's home, do not leave a box out on the doorstep. And that's going from everybody that's in the delivery service, whether it's UPS, FedEx, or even your local post office. Don't do it. Don't be that guy, because it's getting to a point now where it's sickening. You leave packages out there, no form of communication and everything. And if they're not home, take it back with you. Leave a little notation saying, "Listen, we tried to we left it. We have a package for you, and you weren't at home. Please call this number so that we can arrange to get it picked up or have it delivered to your door." Because what's going to happen, I think what's going to have to start happening is that, and these delivery services are not responsible if your product is missing, is your product damaged or stolen. And they need to change that policy. They really need to change that policy, like pronto, because it's the holiday season, and we don't want to leave anything on the doorstep. And you know, you spend all this money on gifts for your family, and friends, only to have it get stolen the next day, and when it finally reaches to your door. So you don't know if it came in and everything like that. You're scrambling for the tracking and everything. It says I already got it, and then you're still saying, it's like, well, where's my box? Where's my package? It's like, it's supposed to be here. What happened to it? It's like, oh, it was dropped off to you, ma'am. I was like, oh, okay. So what you're trying to say is that you dropped off the package, but then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay. So you didn't bother to knock on the door, knowing damn well that I was home, and you gotta go in. So I think that the person that is a victim of their package getting stolen should have a right to sue UPS or FedEx or even your post office for negligence, because it wasn't handled properly. And that's what it is that they're not taking care of the situation properly. And it's pathetic. It really is pathetic that the customers, again, spend all this money on products and only to have it get taken away from them like a week or two later. It's like, can't have that. Can't have that. So it's got to stop. And again, if you have a box that's being delivered, either customers to have somebody be home so that they can get their packages safe and everything. But one of my neighbors had something delivered by UPS, and I'm telling you this story to tell you this one. And there was a car that, my neighbor, there was a car in the driveway, and somebody was home, but no one knew that the package, they could be out, they could have been in the basement doing laundry or whatever, whatever have you, or they could have been taking a shower. Again, we don't know, but it was there for quite some time, and there was a car there, and somebody was home. The UPS delivery man decides to just drop the box off on the doorstep, and I've seen this with my own two eyes. They didn't even bother to knock on the door. They didn't even bother to knock on the door. They didn't bother to ring the doorbell or anything. They just stood right there. They just dropped it off and left. And stuff like that just pisses me off. It's like, what, you're not gonna knock on the, It's like, I wish I was out. I would have been outside and said, what, you're not gonna knock on the door? It's like, clearly there's a car in the driveway. Why don't you knock on the door or ring the doorbell? Because I would be that type of person to do so. To question that. But people like UPS and FedEx don't give a shit about their customers, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of people, and this is one of the reasons why I don't do that much online shopping. Now, if I do any online shopping, I make damn sure that it's something that I know that a box is not going to be delivered into my doorstep, or the fact that I'm home. I always make sure. That I get the mail before I go to work, because that's what time I usually go before I usually go to work. So it's around that time. Especially when the kids being in school and everything like that. And it's just pathetic that whether they have to leave it at the doorstep. It's like, they know that somebody's home. Why can't companies like UPS or FedEx just leave a little notation on their door or something like that that said, we had a package for you, but you weren't around to pick it up, so please call this number so that we can arrange to get it delivered, or come by the distribution center to come get your package. Why can't something like that be done? Why? I mean, it makes no friggin' sense. It's like you have like this big giant box on your doorstep, and it's like, ooh, free goodies. But the holidays are here, so so to UPS and to FedEx and even your even the local post office, do right, not do wrong. Because we can't have this. We really can't. It's like, don't contribute to the because technically you're contributing to the crime, because you're not doing your job properly. It's like some of the stuff like this I wish I was a boss of, because I would have had these workers fired. Or have them like retrained or something like that, to ensure a good reputation for our customers. But it is what it is. Like I always say, it is what it is. So, before we get into tonight's big topic, a breaking news update just came out from Twitter, and this is a shocker because it's on the list. Now, of course, everybody knows of the Marvel, some Marvel shows on Netflix that that were doing really well. Like Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and everything like that. I think the Defenders as well too. Well, everybody knows that Luke Cage and of course Iron Fist have been canceled, and I think Jessica Jones have been canceled as well too. But now you can add another list, another show to that list. One of the originals, Daredevil. It was announced today by Netflix that Daredevil, after 3 seasons, is going to be going bye-bye. Is going to be canceled. So that is a big topic on and some are questioning the that is it because of Disney's new streaming service. Now, of course, we all know what streaming service that is, and that is, of course, Disney Plus. Some are pointing the fingers to that because of the fact that Marvel's relationship with Disney after Disney um, bought them out, bought Marvel. Kind of like how you know. Actually, I wouldn't say that Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers and DC are affiliates together, and it's sad. It really is sad, and so what's even sadder is that the fact that Daredevil, sorry, um, just launched its third season. So that right there is pretty crazy. And but but look at it this way. I mean, this is Netflix we're talking about, which is owned by NBC Universal. So, and you know how NBC likes to cancel their shows. It's insane. So, I mean, it is sad. It really is sad. And Tommy Lee accuses Travis Scott of stealing his stage design, which was a roller coaster. Like, I give a shit. So, I mean, okay. Let's talk about this one. This is like um unannounced. Australian students go on strike to protest inaction on climate change. School students in Sydney and Melbourne are skipping classes to stage a mass protest to urge the government to act on climate change. Really? I mean, it is really nice that it is nice, but is this something that needs to be going on strike about? I mean, come on, Jesus Christ. I mean, I know their politics is a lot different than here in the States, but come on now, come on. It's ridiculous. What's going on here? Excuse me. Excuse me again. I got the gas today, geese. I got the geese. It so I don't know. I mean, I do, climate change is an issue and everything like that, and and it does raise awareness and everything. Hold on. Don't you hate it when you get an itch in your ear and it's really tough for you to scratch it? It's really tough. I hate that. I'm also due for a haircut too. I miss having Nair on my head. Yeah, that actually happened. I put Nair on my head one time just to get it cleanly bald. Big mistake on my part. My head was redder than a Coke can. That my head was redder than the red scheme on this Red Dead Redemption box. That's how red it got. I'm being dead serious about that. Oh boy, I need a life. But anyways, Bethesda is in a lot of trouble. It's under a lot of hot water. Now, I broke this news last week. I talked about this last week, and about how one kid tried to return his Fallout 76 game and couldn't because of the GameStop's return policy and everything. However, that's not the issue. What I'm talking about here, what I am talking about, is that there are reports now of me sneezing. Excuse me. Just had to throw it in there. Anyways, there has been reports of Fallout 76 being so bad that customers have been wanting refunds of the game, whether physical or digital. But more so digital. If you have a physical copy, of course, you have every intention to doing so, provided that you have a receipt to go to prove that you bought it at their store. But it's a little bit difficult to download it if you want to get rid of it on digital download, because you can't get because Bethesda is refusing refunds if you downloaded the game. If you downloaded the game, then they're not issuing out any refunds, and it's pissing off their customers. So because of that, because of this refusal to allow their customers to refund the game, because of how I guess it's because of how shitty the game looks, or how shitty the game is. Bethesda is under lawsuit. And there's a lawsuit there for those who can't, refund the game for those who digitally downloaded it. And I've talked about this many times about digital distribution. It's all well and good. However, if you cannot, what's the sense of getting a digital download knowing full well that you can't return it? Now, Steam has everything perfect. um, you're given a certain amount of time to return, you know, to get your money back if you bought the game and you didn't like it. You have like at least 2 hours of gameplay. You need to at least have 2 hours of gameplay in order to get your money back if you were to download it on Steam. It's kind of difficult with PlayStation and Xbox. I don't know. I'm hearing about Microsoft's return policy on digitally downloaded games, but I don't know. I don't know the full thing because I never really, because I know if I'm going to buy something digitally off of the Xbox Marketplace, I'm going to I'm going to have every intentions on keeping it. For example, the last game I ever purchased through the Xbox Live was Cuphead, and it was a game that I absolutely game, and I know I'm playing I was playing a gamble there because you know with all the delays and everything like that, if you know I finally get the game and then all of a sudden I didn't like it, you know I think there should be an option to refund the game. If if there's a situation where I don't see why Sony and Microsoft don't take advantage of this, and you know because digital distribution is very tough, and I know it's going. I know, I've gone to accept the fact that because half of my library is digitally downloaded anyways, and most of that are free games. So because me being a PlayStation Plus subscriber and a Xbox Gold member, um, I get free games. I get free games per month, and to be quite honest with you, it was ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Um, Excuse me. Um, it's just sad. It really is sad that no one can. You purchase a game digitally and you can't get your money back if you're on console. Nintendo does it. We can throw in Nintendo as well too, but I don't think throwing away, trying to buy back Super Mario Brothers is not the best thing to do because that game is so easily loved. That's weird. Um, so I don't know. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. So I think I think Sony and Microsoft really need to implement a sell feature, you know, with games. Hell, even work with GameStop because, you know, the because this could actually benefit to GameStop as well too, so that they can still stay in business. Um, you get a link your GameStop account to either your to your Xbox or PlayStation or hell even um your Nintendo Switch. You know, have like some sort of feature like that, so that if you buy a game, if you buy a game digitally, um, there's like a list right there of what you could sell, and you can get store credit. You know, and you can get um, credit for a game on that you can get digitally. Why can't GameStop do something like that? You know, why can't and work with Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo with that? I think that would be perfect so that number one, GameStop can still be afloat once digital digital distribution becomes mainstream and there's no way to get a physical copy. You know, do something like that so that this could happen. You know, so that and that's the only way that GameStop can stay afloat. You know, Steam is doing it. Why can't Xbox or PlayStation or Switch? Why? You know, I don't see why they can't do that. So, you know, but that's no excuse for Bethesda, because Bethesda, should have known better on rushing a game, rushing a game out like this, which, I can understand everybody's argument on this. And the gaming community sometimes do not, at times have no clue what they want. And the gaming community has at times have gotten hostile whenever a game that they are very interested in gets delayed, and they get pissed off and they issue death threats. Now, everybody knows the whole story of Red Dead Redemption 2, okay? It's out. Everybody's having a good time with it. The game's really popular. Hottest game, of 2018. But it also came with some backlash, and it needs to stop. The gaming community always gets pissed off whenever a game gets delayed. Why? Why is the gaming community getting pissed off on a game that, as successful as Red Dead Redemption 2, as successful as, Forza Horizon 4, why does everybody have to make such a big deal when a company like Rockstar says we're going to delay the game because of the fact that we want to make sure that the game is working perfectly on we want to make sure that the game is running smoothly upon launch. I don't have a problem with that, but the gaming community likes to get pissed off, and they say, "Oh, fuck you." It's like bullshit, and then all of a sudden they see how the game looks when it finally does release, and say, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm sorry then," But then again, you have No Man's Sky, which was different story. Different story. No Man's Sky was delayed. Gaming community issued out death threats to Kotaku and everything like that after Kotaku released a statement saying that it was going that No Man's Sky was going to be delayed, and a lot of people from the No Man's Sky developers got death threats. Kotaku got death threats, and it was ridiculous. But then of course here comes the game's launch, and the game was still a piece of shit. you know at the time I was looking at, like, maybe this was the gaming community's fault for having Hello Games um, launch a game that was so buggy and people were becoming hostile. If they just imagine if they said, you know what, we need to scrap the game. This game is buggy, shitty, and everything. I mean, it would have been mass hysteria if the game never got released. It's like, what if Red Dead Redemption 2 was so buggy and glitchy, kind of like it with Fallout 76, and Rockstar just said, you know what, I'm not going to. It's like, we need to scrap this. A lot of people would be very, very pissed off. And plus, also, you're talking about, millions. You're talking about thousands, if not millions, of dollars invested into developing this game, and it's still not at 100%. The game's. I don't mind, you know, like little things here and there. I don't mind that. I don't mind that too much. That's why they released a beta, and if there's any reports of any glitches or problems, address it to Rockstar with the Red Dead beta, and I didn't have a problem. I thought I had a good time with it from what I was playing, but what's the sense? The gaming community needs to chill out with when it comes to a game being down, with a game being delayed. Because, I would understand if there was a delay. In this situation, Fallout 76 was not even delayed at all. It came out as planned. Holiday 2018. It came out as planned. They should have waited until, and this is another thing I get. Okay, I understand that it's the holiday season. I understand that the holidays are coming. They want to get a lot of manufacturers out there want to make want to at least get something out there so that they have something for the holiday season. Okay, so that they can get some sort of gross wages to end the year out on a good note. A lot of companies do that. Not just the developers for video games, but movie producers, TV producers, business districts, retail distribution centers, like Amazon and Macy's, and also department stores like Macy's, Walmart, Target, etc. They want to, they do something to get, to have some sort of income to end off to end off the year, so that they can kick off the next year and saying, hey, this is what our yearly percent, this is what our last year's percentage was. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can do better for the new year. All companies do that. Okay, all companies do that because my job does the same thing. Okay, I handle online orders, and we do online orders, and it's tough. And right now we're in the holiday. We're in our holiday season, and we're very busy. when it comes, we're very busy when it comes to that, and we need to, you know, and because of that, we need to get our numbers in, our goals in before the end of the year, so that the next year we you know we can say, oh, okay, this is where we were at. Let's see if we can do. Let's see if we can be better for the new year. You know, we do that. So I'm coming from experience on that. So, but and it's just ridiculous that you know and hell, even delivery services do the same thing, because they got to get their package out to deliver to people's homes and everything like that. Even though it doesn't come, even though it comes with sacrifices, they just leave it on the doorstep and just say fuck you. I'm not gonna knock on the door or ringy dingy that bell, and say, hey, your package is here. Because without a signature, without a legal signature, how do you know you got the item? What they do sometimes, they'll just scribble the name down. I've seen it happen. Oh yeah. Yeah. So. Can't win, UPS or FedEx. I'm sorry, but you're in the wrong here. Just saying. Just saying. But there needs. But going back to what I was saying, they want to get that game, the game out for the just in time for the holidays, so that they can get their numbers in. Same thing with retail and everything. They want to get their numbers in. And it sucks that it has to be that way, but that's how it goes. I want to say that there's another way, but which there is. There is another option to do so. They can just update the thing with some purchasable items until their latest, until their newest game comes out. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't have a problem with that. But apparently it's a problem to the gaming community, because of the fact that they want their game to come out and everything. They want their favorite game to come out and everything. They've been waiting ever so patiently for, and only to get disappointed because of the fact that they got a half-assed piece of shit. And Bethesda put their logo on it and said, and on the top of the box, on top of their ship box and everything, that says Fallout 76. And and a lot of supporters are very, and it disappoints a lot of fans, because they've always been behind Bethesda, especially when it comes to their Elder Scrolls games. Now, Elder Scrolls 6 is supposed to be coming out soon, and now gamers are concerned that what if that's going to happen? What if that same thing's going to happen once Elder Scrolls 6? That's going to probably be the final nail in the coffin. That's probably going to be the final nail in the coffin, and Bethesda's going to lose a lot more money than what they're going to be what they're losing right now, because a lot of people are slowly getting their refunds for Fallout 76, and it's just going to be an absolute mess. And then Bethesda's going to have no choice but to shut their doors down and lay off some workers and everything, and that's it. That's all they have. So So, you know, Bethesda should have delayed the game. They should, you know, I think some people would have been fine with it, of course, but a lot of people were like, "What the fuck?" And it's like another delayed game. It's like, well, don't you want your game to be, you know, working smoothly? It's like, well, yeah, yeah. So why get pissed? So why would you get pissed off when a game gets delayed? It's like, well, I want to play my game now. Okay, all right. So go. All right. So you go and play your game now, and you're still going to bitch and complain because it's a piece of, you know, the game's a piece of shit. It's like, gaming community, use your fucking head. Hello, hello. Are you home? Hello. Are you there? Personally, you should have waited. You should have waited for the delay. And Bethesda should have delayed the game. That's what it should have been. Bethesda, you fucked up. You did. There's no denying it. You dropped the ball when it came to Fallout 76, and that was, pun intended, your fallout. So let's hope you can recover with the Elder Scrolls 6. That's all I gotta say about it. That's all I got to say about it. So, all right. Before we call this episode a night, let's go ahead with our top 5. Of course, we all know this. The game against downtime. We all know this. We all have a fun time with that. And if you want to check this game out for yourself, geeks, IT lovers, so forth, you can check them out at Paisler.com. Right there, the link's right there. I don't know if you can see it that well, but if you can't, sorry. Paisler.com. So, we do this every now and then. So, trying to make sure that I don't mix anything up here. Okay. Okay, so, and then we pull out five of these right here. 5 of these cards. So let's see what the subject is for this, and it is a user just opened a help desk ticket because they put blank in their SD card slot. So let's see the top 5 issues that was put in the SD card slot. So let's see. A user just opened up a help desk ticket because they put at number 5, hitting refresh just one more time. Nope, that doesn't make sense. So that's number 5. A user just opened a help desk ticket because they put blank at number 4. Schrodinger's cat. Okay, that one's kind of funny. Okay. In their SD card slot. Okay, number 3. A user just opened a help desk ticket because they put Sailor Moon cosplay in their SD card slot. Okay, number 2. A user just opened a help desk ticket because they put right-clicking everything. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Maybe that's number 4. In their yeah, that's number 4. So, number 2 is Sailor Moon cosplay. So, hey, I can do that. It's my show. And the number 1, a user just opened a help desk ticket because they put a decent package in their SD card slot. And you could take it any way you want to. It could be a UPS package, it could be a FedEx package, or it could be a package down there, if you know what I mean. Oh! If you know what I mean. Oh! I haven't done that in a while. Alright, and that was your top 5. Top 5. Top 5. Inappropriate jokes are live. Doing the top 5. Alright, you ready? Here we go. This is the Karen Futo. And more customized, an updated version of it. So. Whee! Ooh. That ain't going nowhere. Damn. I got ruined. Oh. Alright. So. So yeah, that's all. We had a lot of fun there. So. With that being said, that's pretty much all the time I have for today. We will see you all again here next week. Same Tom Dog time, same channel. Same Tom Dog channel X. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. Also, you can, if you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check them out immediately after I turn off the camera. Check it out. And thumbs up the video if you like it. Comment down below. What do you think about this whole fiasco with Bethesda and Fallout 76? Let us know what you think about it. Also, ringy dingy that bell so you can stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next. You never know. Maybe I'll do a live stream, or an unboxing, or maybe another episode of Gen Live. Never know. We don't know what might happen. But the only way you'll be able to find out is ringy dingy that bell. But more importantly, more than anything in the world, and I would love you for it, because I love ya. Even if you just watch the show and don't subscribe, I'd still love you. But you might want to. And that is face hugging that subscribe button. You'd be glad you did. And we will see you all again here next week. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace.